Hey there guys, how's it going? It's Afraid Not, and today I've got a very common topic within us YouTube community. I know a lot of people ask me personally, probably even on a daily basis, on tips on how to grow, and I know I've done a video on this I think earlier on in this year, and I wanted to just really update it a little bit, and I'm going to be probably repeating myself on a lot of the points that I made, but you know, I'm going to go through them again and for all you new viewers. So let's talk as if you haven't actually opened an account yet. So the first thing you need to come up with is a name for yourself. Now my personal recommendation would be is to keep it short, keep it memorable, and don't include any numbers. I've learned that mistake. Obviously in my name I've got Afraid Not, and the 0 in the not is a number, and it is just a nightmare explaining it to people, and it's exactly the same my gamer tag and all my other social media little bits, and it's an absolute nightmare. So I would not recommend, you know, swapping letters for numbers and things like that. Just keep it short, sweet, rememberable, and don't include numbers. The next thing I would say you need to be looking at is your equipment. Now you need to be recording in HD now. I don't think you're going to be able to compete on YouTube and really grow that all that well if you're not recording in HD. I mean 720 is fine. I record in 720 and post in 720. I know there will be a point where I'm going to have to, you know, upload in 1080p, which isn't a problem. My equipment is able to do that. It just takes up so much room on my hard drive to be able to do that. So, but for now 720 is fine. I think that is kind of the lowest that you can get away with. I see a lot of channels that just want to record with putting their phone in front of the screen, and it just doesn't work. You just don't get that same vibe off them kind of videos, so I wouldn't recommend that, but definitely make sure you're recording in HD. Your microphone isn't too much of a problem. I mean, you can pick up anything now for sort of like probably £10, you know, $15, something like that. You could pick up a half decent microphone. I know someone who actually records like his commentaries on his phone, and it's a really good quality. And yeah, I mean, I've got the Blue Snowball. Obviously if you wanted to spend a little bit more money, you can get the Blue Yeti. It's the next thing that I'm looking to buy for myself. But overall, I don't think there's a massive issue on mic, although the audio quality I think does have to be quite good. The next thing is your software. It doesn't really matter from a viewer's point of view what software you use. It's really just for you, and I think that you need to be able to have a software. I use the Sony Movie Studio Platinum 12, and it's really easy to use. It's quite cheap to buy. It's something that just absolutely works for me, and I couldn't really ask for better, especially for the price anyway. Right, so you've got your name sorted, you've got the equipment sorted, and everything you need to start making videos. Now you just need to know what kind of content that you're going to create. So if you want to do a certain game, you need to know obviously what game you're going to be doing, and you need to know how you're going to be presenting it. Are you just going to be doing commentaries? Are you going to be doing live commentaries, let's plays, all that kind of thing? It's all well and good trying a bit of everything on your channel, which obviously you're going to have to do over the time that you'll be creating content. It's always good to try different things. The next thing, in my opinion, is definitely the hardest thing to do, and that's trying to be original and creative. Now originality with gaming on YouTube is kind of hard to come by these days. It isn't that often that anyone can come up with something that someone already has done already. I mean, you can search it on YouTube. I started off by doing, you know, like certain little things. I had ideas that I thought were really good, and then I'll search it on YouTube, and so many people have done that idea, and I think, damn it, I thought of that idea myself, you know. Once you've got your idea down in stone and you're recording it and you're ready to talk, you need to speak very clearly. I know that this seems like quite an obvious thing, but a lot of people that I follow on YouTube as well, I mean, they're not the clearest speaking people, and also try and keep swearing out the videos. I know that again, I follow a lot of people that swear a lot in their videos, but then I don't really mind that, to be honest. But from an average viewer, from kids, because a lot of kids do watch YouTube, it is always good to try and avoid the swear words and just speak as clear as you can, because you know, everyone wants to be heard. If you want to get an opinion across, it's always good to know that you're not going to be misheard or whatever, so speak very clearly, or as clear as that you possibly can. If you want to do well on YouTube, you need to upload regularly. Now this is something that I've kind of gone a bit wayward about, but I believe that this isn't kind of YouTube season. I think YouTube season's kind of November, December, January and February. That's when you get the most views, I think, on YouTube, and the rest of the year is always good fun, and I've grown so well over the last, you know, few months, and I just cannot wait for November to start for my channel myself, and start uploading even more regularly, you know, sort of 4 to 5 videos a week, as opposed to the 2 to 3 that I'm doing at the moment. So upload regularly, but also bear in mind quality over quantity. The next thing is the biggest point that I can make, and that's advertise. You're going to need to get your name out there. Obviously when you put videos up on YouTube and you don't tell anyone about it, you're not going to get any views. You need to advertise as much as you possibly can. Now I use things like social media, I use community channels, I upload it onto TSG, FPS Finest, channels like that. You need to get on. Shoutout Sundays, I've been on so many Shoutout Sundays, especially when I was a smaller channel. Loads of people do them kind of series. You can look that up on YouTube. Put onto forums. There's plenty of forums like supporting smaller YouTubers, and you know, you just get, I think things like Reddit and places like that. So you need to just advertise, and it needs to be kind of like a daily thing. If you want to grow like really steadily, it needs to be a lot. When you speak to anyone, especially on YouTube or on social media, especially when you're trying to advertise yourself, make sure that you are polite, humble, and courteous to everyone that you speak to. I'm also including people who may leave negative comments on your videos. You have to be polite to them as well. They might not be the politest to you, but the amount of times that someone's left me a bit of bad feedback and put it away in a wrong way, and I've kind of turned them around and just sort of said, come on, and just be really polite, have a joke with them, things like that. And it's always a good thing, because I've had people like that, and I've had a regular viewers ever since then, and who've given me really good constructive criticism. And that's my next point. You need to listen to that. If you actually ignore any bad feedback, then you're not going to learn anything. That's another lesson really for life. If you go through your whole life without having any bad feedback on anything that you do, you will never grow, you'll never learn. So take it all on board, please. A lot of people will say things. I know people can be quite rude and can be quite strong with their opinions, but that doesn't matter. Just take it on board, listen to them, and if you don't agree with them, you can always politely say you don't agree or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to finish this video just by saying that growing on YouTube is not an easy thing to do. You need to put in a lot of hard work. If you wish to grow on YouTube these days, it's not a case of just uploading videos, and it could be the best videos out there on YouTube, but you just not guaranteed the views. You really do need to work hard. And something I didn't really mention is networking. Network with a lot of people, especially your size channels. If you're just starting, speak to people who are your size channel as well and start networking with them. You like their video, them like your video, and you just got to grow really together as a community. And as I say, it's not easy. There's a lot of hard work, and you've got to be prepared for it. That's it from me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a rating if it's helped you in any way. So I'll speak to you guys on the next one. Take care.